really apologize for that. And so we've got, I think we've got everybody here that will be here. So we're going to start this regular meeting, March 2nd, 2021 at 10:13 p.m. Did I say 10? 17:13 minus 12, 5:13 p.m. All right, well, I'd like to welcome all the board members, and I will make a short announcement that if you're watching and you're wondering if you can make any comments to the board, you certainly can. That's part of our regular meeting agenda. And so we've made a way for you to do that. If you go to comments@pageud.org, that's comments@pageud.org, and have those comments in no later than Monday by 5 p.m. the day before each regular meeting. And we will make sure to read those. We will limit ourselves to 3 minutes in terms of a comment, and to just understand as well, any comments that are made, they're not part of the agenda. We will not make any comments to those as a board. But you could hear things if they're part of the agenda. So anyway, just let you know, comments at pageud.org, no later than Monday, 5 p.m., the day before each regular meeting. So we're going to call this meeting to order, and I'm going to call for a roll call. And we always start with Sandra Kidman, who's away, but now she's here. Look at that. We had to call security. We didn't know who that was, and we realized it was Sandra, our favorite board member. Hey, Sandra, how are you doing? You're going to have to unmute.
I'm here.
All right,
Can you hear
great.
me now?
Yeah,
All
good.
right.
Look, really, it's great to have you in here. And let's go ahead and start us off with a roll call. And would you please start us, Sandra? There you are. You're on.
Are you still waiting for me?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I thought I said my thing. Okay. Well, I'm here, Sandra Kidman.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Chuck Weiss.
Thanks, Chuck.
Desiree Fowler, Board Clerk.
Thank you very much. Mr. Superintendent.
Larry Wallen here. Thank you.
Thank you. And Dee McCary, one of our other board members, called in, is not able to be here with us. And so, Dee, we miss you tonight for sure. And joining us is Lynn Hoffman, the Executive Secretary of the Board and the Superintendent. Next item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance, and Des Fowler has volunteered to lead us in, silent meditation. Let's do that. And please join us. Okay, thank you very much. And next, the Pledge of Allegiance, and Ms. Fowler has agreed to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Fowler. We're getting an echo, so somebody, when you're not on, let's go ahead and mute. And that'll help us a little bit. All right, we've got an agenda, and we need a motion in a second to jump into the agenda. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you.
A second.
Thank you. We got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you. I didn't check with you ahead, Mrs. Hoffman, and do we have comments? Okay, she's shaking her head no, and so we do not. So we'll go to item number 3. It's special business. And first on the special business, we got a recognition of Page Unified School District Employees of the Month. And Chuck Weiss, you're on.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'd like to present the Certified Pride recipient, Holly Castellan, counselor at Lake Powell Primary, nominated by Stacy Vineker, PE teacher at Lakeview Primary. She says, I have had the great opportunity to work closely with Miss Castellan this year because she joined our team as a specials teacher. Most people would have freaked out and perhaps a negative attitude when asked to do something totally different than what they are normally used to. Miss Castellan not only accepted her new role, she did it with a joyous can-do attitude. Holly is also a tremendous advocate for all of the students in our school. She constantly checks attendance and calls parents to see why students are not logged into class. Holly goes out of her way to make sure that students don't get dropped from our school and make sure that they're attending school. Ms. Castellan exemplifies the attitude and philosophy that all students belong to all of us. Anything I have asked Ms. Castellan if she is willing to do, she immediately says yes. She agreed to take on the bus ramp duty, and she even agreed to get slimed for the Kids Heart Challenge. Let's give a big shout out to Holly and congratulate her for her hard work and efforts.
Way to go, Holly. And I can tell you don't hold anything back. Slimed, dear Lord. But hey, it was all worth it, right? Kids Heart Challenge. And I do want to thank you for being the one that sees those kids that come off the buses first, because they see smiling faces and you make them feel welcome. So thank you so much.
Okay, our second classified pride recipient would be Tina Slavens, reading professional at Lakeview Primary. Nominated by Hattie Williams, first grade teacher at Lakeview Primary, and Angela Tapaha, second grade teacher at Lakeview Primary. Ms. Slavens is one of the most dedicated employees that Page Unified School District has, although you may never know it because she quietly does whatever is asked of her and so much more. When things are slow, she is constantly looking for ways to help kids. Although she may not be certified, her knowledge and experience puts her far above many of us in her ability to know what kids need and to put that into action. I appreciate Ms. Slavens more than I can even express. She is genuinely here for the kids and helps them reach their full potential. Ms. Slavens often is asked to work with groups of students who are struggling or fall within the ELL group. She knows exactly what they need and provides that instruction. She communicates with the teachers in a very timely and helpful manner to make sure kids get the best instruction possible. At times when kids are not in the building, she is often found down at the office helping with little projects that just need to be done, calling parents to see if they are coming back to school, etc. There is no task she will not take on. Angela Tapaha says Tina is one of the most dedicated paraprofessionals at Lakeview. She is always willing to help out with whatever she is asked. She always takes an initiative to do things to help all over the school. She jumped right into the virtual classroom this year and wanted to learn how to do her own meet in order to do small groups of students. She's very caring and loving with her students by taking the time to get to know them, and also showing them that what true pride in the classroom is. So they are successful. She is an awesome coworker, and we are lucky to have her at Lakeview. Tina was one of the first paraprofessionals I know at Lakeview to begin doing her own Google Meet. She asked questions and watched videos that were sent out on how to do things. She also took on helping me to keep up with Seesaw assignments by looking at students' work, reporting to me how they were doing and giving them feedback. At OSS, she was very dedicated to helping students and making sure that they stay on track by communicating with their teachers when needed. Lastly, I know Tina put a lot of work into helping get learning materials together so they could be given out at many pickup dates. All right, congratulations and thank you again, Tina.
Hey, Tina, I know employees like you, and they make everyone around them better. Just really like to thank you and just keep it up. And I know the kids appreciate you, as you can understand here that your coworkers appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, that's for our outstanding employees of the month. And next on the agenda, Mrs. Fowler gets the honor of presenting some of the top students we know at Page Unified School District.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to share our Pride Students of the Month here, starting with Lakeview, Sky Johnson. Sky was nominated by her second grade teacher, Miss O'Neill, because she used her pride every day she is in class. Sky is always positive in class by always having a smile on her face and having her camera on. Sky is always respectful when she is in class, waits patiently to be called on, is always involved by being ready for class and always raising her hand to ask questions or to answer questions. Sky is always determined by trying to finish up her work. She does have some internet issues, but keeps trying to get on and begins there in class. Sky is always excellent with everything she does. She is a great friend, a great student. So glad to have her in class. Congratulations, Sky Johnson. Desert View Intermediate. McCaitlin Williams. McCaitlin was nominated by her teacher, Lauren Veers, because she's consistently participating in class and shares her valuable insights during her class discussion. McCaitlin models a growth mindset by giving her best effort on each and every assignment and by asking to redo assignments in order to correct her mistakes. Her positivity and hopeful attitude shines through in all that she does. Ms. Spears said she is proud of McCaitlin. Congratulations, McCaitlin. Page Middle School. Jake Smith. Jake was nominated by Mrs. Chio and Mr. Manning. He is the son of Jennifer and Blake Smith. His grandparents are Eldon and Carol Hunt. When Jake advocates for himself, he knows what skills he can apply in his work to understand his rights, needs, and interests. And then he communicates his understanding to teachers. He has the ability to express what is important. He also always entails abilities to intend and maintain constructive relationship, engaged in groups, and works collaboratively towards common goals. Self-advocacy skills enables him to participate actively in his learning and that in others. Ultimately, hold on, I'm going to switch over to the paper. I can barely see that.
Ms. Fowler, you can use my glasses. I'll give it up.
Engage. Okay. Self-advocacy skills enables him to participate actively in his learning and that of others. Ultimately, he may make the form of leadership in the classroom by encouraging his classmates to participate and try their best. And he always says in class that it is okay to have mistakes as long as we are learning. Jake is a student that can be independent in his activity and can answer them without any help of other adults in the classroom. He has the ability to understand his math facts and operations to be used in order for him to solve and given problems and can identify the central idea of the text by following this catch process. Jake Smith is rocking all of his CFA tests in math, science, and ELA. Congratulations, Jake Smith. Page High School. Tia Nakaidene. Tia was nominated by Ms. Liz Montaz Dalzler because Tia is a well-rounded student. Tia always involves and prepares for class. Tia is willing to help classmates as well as answering questions, which makes Tia a positive role model. Tia uses them skills to expect nothing but excellent. Tia has served as a peer tutor and participated in community service that benefits our local animal shelter. Tia has earned a spot on the principal's honor roll all 3 semesters at PHS, which means Tia is maintaining a 4.0 GPA. Congratulations, Tia. Mansa Mesa High School, Alex Begay. Alex was nominated by his teacher, Chestina Gestra, because since we have been in person, he has shown tremendous growth. He has been getting most of his work done during the class hour. He has had such a positive attitude throughout the day and has become a real good role model to others at Mansa Mesa. Alex is such a joy to work with and is always willing to help when needed. Congratulations, Alex Begay. Sage and Sand Virtual Academy. Kaylin Bauman. Kaylin was nominated by Jeremy Pohl because she has shown growth, focus, and excellence since enrolling in Sage and Sand Virtual Academy at the beginning of the semester. She is ahead in all her classes and is well on her way to completing her course. Caitlin has definitely taken responsibilities for her educational career and has been very successful. Congratulations, Caitlin. Congratulations to each of our students. Keep doing your awesome deeds that you're doing and keep up the pride work. Congratulations.
Mrs. Fowler, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I'll just add this. You've really recognized those students that deserve it. And again, we do appreciate them. I'm going to give a big shout out to the families because without you guys, it doesn't happen. And so we really appreciate you. And you guys are really the backbone of education here in Page. So keep that up and encourage all the others around you to do the same thing. But great job, folks. All right, next item is the donations made to the district. We have none. And we'll go on to governing board reports and the superintendent report. We'll start with governing board reports. And who would like to start it off? Anybody got anything? Yes, Ms. Fowler.
So I do want to mention that at the ASBA Executive Board, I was selected to speak with ADE, Arizona Department of Education, and give some feedback information about Northern Arizona and our Native American Unified School District. Wait, let me say that again. Unified school districts that are in the Navajo reservations, and just kind of give feedback about what our barriers are. And hopefully we are looking forward to some good results coming up and possibly some training as well. So that is what I've done. And I also have attended our executive board meeting also in the Valley as well. And I believe we do have another one coming up this month. And then there's also the NAFIS conference, which I apologize that I won't be able to attend. And that is all I have, but I am going to be attending the National School Board Association annual conference, and I am excited for that, and that'll be virtual.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else? Mr. Weiss? Okay, Ms. Kidman? Okay. I'll just say a couple things. At our work study session, we had the opportunity to be given a presentation by Shannon Garrison and also by Ann Martin, by Elisa Covington, Nancy Warner, and Mary Stahl. And I just want to tell you, what a great job you did. We've been talking about AVID for quite a while. And what was so refreshing to hear was top to bottom, bottom to top, everybody's talking the same language. And man, I tell you what, I think that's a great step forward in terms of us moving the needle. So just applaud you guys, keep up the good work, and excited about where we're going. And on that note as well, congratulations to the middle school, the teachers there, the students. Saw a great applause, a celebration that Mrs. Covington put out, and I celebrate with you guys. And we all know that we need to advance the academic needle. You guys know that more than anybody else. And when you see that light, when you work your heart out, and we've been doing that, but now we see a little bit of light. And at the middle school, hey, that's really good stuff. So let's keep it up. Just want to encourage you, and we want to celebrate with you guys. So thank you very much. Superintendent's report. Superintendent Wallen.
Thank you, Mr. Candelaria. Can you believe 2 weeks left before spring break? 2 weeks in March.
Spring break. Yay,
spring break
Oh,
is around the corner. Oh my gosh, what an awesome time. Teachers are working with students to prepare them for finishing up the third quarter, getting their grades ready, getting their closure on that piece. I want to specifically recognize Cody Chischilli, our Director of Maintenance and Operations. He applied and received 2 school facility board grants for the district, which is awesome.
Way to go, Cody.
One for Desert View, the Desert View gym floor in the amount of $19,789, and one for Lakeview roofing and walls in the amount of $9,425. Awesome. That is great. That brings in help to our district and allows us to use the school facility board to build our facility up. Thank you, Cody, so much for that. And with that, let's move on.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, next item on the agenda, unfinished business. We have none. Item number 6, governing board consent agenda. Mrs. Fowler, could you read the statement concerning the agenda, please?
A copy of the consent agenda is available at the district administration office. All items listed will be considered as a unit by the governing board and will be approved with one motion. There will not be a separate discussion of these items unless a board member requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item.
Okay, thank you very much. This is an action item. I'll need a motion and a second, please.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kidman. We've got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you very much. Item number 7 on the agenda, calendar of events. Anybody have anything you'd like to talk about or say? And I'll just start it off. Parent-teacher conferences. Hey, parents, get out there and support your kids, support your school district, and get with the teachers. Are these, and you know what, I should have asked ahead of time, Superintendent Wallen, is this going to be virtual?
They're virtual.
Yes,
Okay,
they're virtual.
So, all right.
And they're also on the website.
Okay, so they're on the website. Okay, well, hey, no excuse. You can sit back in your best recliner, eating your chips, and talk about your kids. So it doesn't get any easier than that. So appreciate all you guys. And again, we do understand all the work you put in for all those that have chosen to stay home and work hard with the kids and in cooperation with the teachers. So thank you very, very much. Any other things anyone would like to mention on the board?
Well, one of the things, Mr. President, I want to get ready for is April is going to be the time when we start doing our Arizona state testing.
Oh.
And so we want everybody to get ready for that. That means kids will be coming back in person on certain days to complete their testing. They have to be completed in person.
And that is the Azela or whatever that is?
That is the Arizona AZ Merit 2 test.
Oh, AZ2.
For reading,
M2,
ELA,
okay.
and writing and science.
Gotcha. All right, thank you. All right, appreciate that. Thanks for that reminder. And again, not to put any pressure on anybody, I'll stop right there. let's just do well, relax, and have fun with it. And let's get it done. All right, very, very good. We'll move on to the additional agenda items in number 8, and the first one there is employment contract forms to be utilized for 2021-2022. Need a motion. Is this an action item? It certainly is. I'll need a motion in a second.
I make a motion that we approve the employment contract forms for 21-22.
I second that motion.
Thank you very much. Superintendent Wallen and Dr. Maurer.
Dr. Maurer will talk about these.
Thank you.
Good evening, Governing Board President Candelaria, Governing Board members, Superintendent Wallen, guests and viewers. This is a routine item that comes back to the Governing Board once a year after it is reviewed by our legal counsel. In this instance, there are 3 changes. The first change is the liquidated damages. That has been on our contracts for quite some time. Over the course of the years, working with the PEA, which is the Educational Association, we've moved the dollar amounts down, we've moved the time around, and then with Mr. Wallen coming in as superintendent, the idea of holding back an amount of money for someone who breaks their contract is something that's just, it's something that we've come to the Governing Board over and over and asked for the waiver of that liquidated damages. It does not mean that we could not report the individual for unprofessional conduct. It's just a simple removal of that one piece. That was a request. The other is the increased spending authority. You would more know this as a gift of public funds. So we've been consulted by or advised by our lawyers over the course of the years that this could be challenged and that we would want to remove that. In the past years, we had not. And in this instance, the answer is we would want to remove that to clean up that contract and that contract language. And then the last is the administrative contract. There is no Arizona revised statute or any kind of legal obligation for performance pay for administrators. It doesn't mean that that can't be something through the meet and confer process. It's just not a contractual piece that needs to be in there. So that was removed as well. So those are the 3 substantial changes. The rest is the same changes we see every year, which is changing of dates and then the formatting, which may move a little bit depending on the system.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Maurer. Superintendent Wallen, we good?
We're good. These are
All
ready
right.
to go.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Board members, any questions? Okay, not hearing any, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, thank you. Unanimous. The next item is the COVID update, and this is for discussion, information. Superintendent Wallen.
Mr. President, members of the board, just to, we're in hybrid learning, which means we're in virtual and in-person learning. We have about 450 students who are attending school daily. And then we have a large number of students who are still working virtually from home. Our numbers are down in terms of the metrics for maintaining school this month. And so that looked really good. And we're continuing to layer our mitigation efforts and keep those in place. And that means that we're requiring masks and hand washing and don't share things, and continue to work to maintain safe. We have continued to do contact tracing, cleaning and disinfectant, cohorting. I know that we are prepping one of the playgrounds to be used for some of the kids, staying home when it's appropriate for you to do that, adequate supplies being available, shared objects, don't share objects, limiting visitors, and keeping ventilation up and watching the water system. We have water systems that load bottles rather than individuals drinking out of them. I went down and looked at those. I couldn't figure out what that was. And then I saw one. And so you put the bottle and it has a place in the water device where you put the bottle and it fills up the bottle with water. So that helps mitigate contact. So all those things are in place and working well to make things work for our kids.
Okay. Board members, anything to add or any questions for Superintendent Wallen? All right. Well, very, very good. Thank you so much for that. And we continue to hope and pray that the numbers continue to go down. And it's good. It's really good to see the kids back in the schoolrooms and things like that. And thank you, teachers and staff, for for really continuing to make it a safe place for everybody. Thank you so much. Item number 9, future agenda items. If anybody has anything, you know the drill. We can call, get something attached to it for future agenda items and various things like that. But anything on anybody's mind at this point that they would like to mention? Okay, not hearing any. We come to number 10. I'll ask for a motion and a second.
I make a motion to adjourn at
Second.
5:40.
And I've got a second. Was that Ms. Kidman?
Yep.
5:43.
All right. Well, I'll call this meeting done at 5:43, and I'll say one more thing. Go Sand Devils. Thank you. Oh, aye. Everyone voted, right? Aye? Okay.